Hello again, YouTube. It's Kurano Shujin. As promised, I finally got around to filming that archfiend deck for you. It's another very casual. We're throwing this in a gauntlet. We're trying to practice against as many weird decks as possible, or you're just having fun and just messing around. We're gonna throw it in that category. Not very competitive. It does a few moves that are really outstanding, but we're just gonna get right into it. And to start off, we'll start with 3 Archfiend Generals. Let's zoom in on that. Now, the whole point of him is to discard for Pandemonium, and any Archfiend player or anybody who talks about Archfiends is immediately going to say, I don't want to play it because I pay life points. The deck is built so that it really doesn't matter, neither do the dice rolls. They're just things that happen. So a dice roll might be beneficial for you, but I didn't build the deck around it, and I also didn't build the deck around just using him for the field spell. If I draw the field spell, he's a 2100 beater that I'm going to just put on the field. Also, he does not have the life pay requirement that some do. We're going to go ahead, we're going to throw in 2 soldiers, 2 1900 attack sticks. Still, it goes with the theme. It's big power. It's a beatdown. The next 2 cards, 2 Dark Resonators. I figured with Resonators and the plethora of level 4 monsters here, you'd be able to play your Chaos King Archfiend, which I have not received through the mail yet. And with Chaos King being a 7-star with his battle flip, he could really take an opponent's beat stick monster and turn it into just this really weak thing. And it's just really good. Plus, he's another Archfiend by name, so he doesn't need life pay. But you still get all the Archfiend bonuses, like Pandemonium if he should be destroyed. You get to search out anything from your deck. But Resonators really open up level 7 to this deck, which is a great thing. I teched in a Darkness Neosphere, and I thought about this because I was like, I wonder how I can be a jerk. And when your opponent declares an attack, I think it says send. It's either send or discard a fiend from your side of the field and one from your hand, and special summon this when your opponent attacks. Also, he's indestructible, and he can return your face-up traps to you. So I guess if you were going to run something like Battle Scarred or something in this deck, he could be of use to you. I was also thinking about playing a Weenie Fiends, so a bunch of little fiends with Gravity Binds, and then using him to flip the Gravity Binds back to my hand before I set him again to really mess with my opponent. Or if you were going to use Royal Decree in your side deck with other traps, you could do that as well. And then he'll let you get it back to your hand. But he's just really cool. He's really tech. I like him. We're going to go 3 queens. And the reason we're going 3 queens is because she takes herself and makes herself 1900. Both standby phases, she gets to do this. The effect disappears during both end phases. She's a 500 life pay during your standby. And nobody cares about the dice roll. You can read that when you look the card up or whatever. She's still not that expensive a card. She was really easy for me to get the play set of. And again, that's another 3 19s. That's 3 19s between her, 2 to 3 more depending on how many soldiers you want to play, a handful of 21s with the generals. So what you're seeing is this deck plays a lot of low level, big attack. So this Krebon's in here is not supposed to be in here. This is supposed to be a missed Archfiend. But for the sake of me not being able to find one before having made the video, I went ahead and I threw him in for the extra tuner. He really opens 6 and 8 to you because he's just really awesome. If he was the missed Archfiend, however, his effect would state that he could be normal summoned for no reason. He's a 5-star. No tribute. If he is, destroy him during the end phase. Pandemonium kicks off, gives you whoever you want out of your deck. So, if I get a missed Archfiend, I'll upgrade. If not, I'm not going to cry. It was originally 3 Dark Resonators until I realized I wanted to play Thought Ruler Archfiend in this deck. And Plague Spreader Zombie really helps that because he can be used twice. And everybody likes to stack their deck, so do it legally. Plus, with him and Krebons in the deck, it's really a lot easier to play the Thought Ruler, so not a really big deal there. I'm running 2 Shadow Knights, Interesting enough, he's the highest pay to keep on the field archfiend. 900 points every standby phase. All battle damage that he deals, whether it's direct or from a monster battle, is taken and divided in half. But it's having two 2,000 power monsters in my deck that I was after. And feel free to switch one of them out or something for another soldier. I'm not too keen on this deck. It's fun to play with, but it's not as competitive as I'm used to playing. So the deck just doesn't do its job well enough. So I'm deconstructing it later, but it was fun. It's a great thing to play, like I said, for the gauntlet, but it gets annoying sometimes. A really great tech monster that I really didn't see anybody online talking about was the Stygian Street Patrol card. I'm using it for the secondary ability of when he's in a discard. Remove him and special summon a fiend with 2,000 or less power from your hand to the field. This gets around Terror King Archfiend needing another monster out there, and it also helps you to overlay if you want to. And I like using him as an overlay unit, just because with somebody like Roach, I'm immediately going to be facing something that's special summoning out. And I'm just so easily going to be able to throw him away and then use him the next turn. So I use 3. You could easily go to 2 if you wanted to. And like I said, if you wanted to keep your Shadow Knights at 2, you would take one of these out for your soldier. The first effect is pretty basic. If he kills a monster, deal X damage, where X is equal to 100 times star level. And then it's just effect damage, so it's not a lot. It's just some pity points. Last monster I run, 3 Terror Kings. He's got the best dice roll outside of Shadow Knight, out of Skull Archfiend of Lightning, my bad. And the Terror King says that when he destroys a monster by battle, no effect. So stop Sanghan searches, stop tomato replication, a lot of stuff along those lines. And at the same time, he's a 2,000 beat stick. What was the last thing? You pay 800 to keep him during your standby phases. Well, not to keep him. I mean, you just can't not pay. So the spells. This is incomplete by 1, so I made a substitute, and I'll show you that here in a second. The first thing I did was 2 Falling Downs. So long as you control an Archfiend, equipped to one of your opponent's monsters, take it permanently during their standby phases, pay 800. It's better than Snatch Steal in my opinion. I just don't like how it was limited to this deck. This card was the hardest card in the deck to find, and that was pretty disgusting. I asked for a Axe of Despair, but I could not find it, could not get it before I was going to make this. So up until I get that, I'm playing Heavy Storm. And then as soon as I have it, I'm going to tech it out for the Heavy Storm. It's the spell card that counts as an Archfiend, so I can equip my opponent's monster with it first, then hit my Falling Down, and take a monster with a bonus. And I'll show you how to get over that here in a second too. We got some basic cards like Monster Reborn and double MST to go through here first. Those, you shouldn't have to ask why they're in here. Another tech card that a lot of Archfiend players were not playing was 2 copies of the Mystic Walk. I found that 2 works the best. You choose 1 parameter on any monster you control, attack or defense, after you offer the monster, and then you gain life points equal to whatever stat you chose. So it's great when you do the Axe of Despair, Falling Down, Mystic Walk during the end step. You never pay your opponent, you use their monster against them, and you gain a bunch of life points in the meantime. Also, if you're going to walk into something like Mirror Force, Dimensional Prison, Torrential Tribute, any amount of effects that are going to be really stupid to you, just go ahead and offer your stuff and get the life point bonus. And if it was somebody like BLS or Chaos Sorcerer targeting or remove, they lose the effect. They went to target the effect, so they don't attack. Plus, you got the life bonus, and if you wanted the Monster Reborn the cards, you can now. So, pretty good. 3 Pandemoniums. Enough said there. No life pays. And the deck base is around normal summons, not really special summons, especially not on your own turn. So Pot of Duality is amazing. It gives you a lot of consistency. And like I said, Stygian and Synchronizing are the only times you're going to be special summoning on your own turn. So That was a pretty good spell set, I thought. But small trap board, single mirror force, double torrential, and to get around Pot of Duality, I went with double ultimate offering. I started by running double summons, and I just found that these guys were a lot better. And I just kept it that way. Don't fix something that isn't broken, I guess. This is another casual deck. Sorry it wasn't as competitive as everybody had hoped. We will start back up with the competitive decks here soon. I think we're going to get the Photon. We're going to get 2 versions of Chaos. A lot of fun stuff is coming up soon. It's just we're trying to fill the quota of getting a deck a week for this year. And because we started with the year already being in effect, we're trying to play a little bit of catch-up. And so I've taken apart my massive tech binders and scouring for some of the weirdest and unplayed strategies, just to kind of show them off and see, maybe somebody likes it. Everybody, thank you for the views, the subscriptions, the likes, the favorites. We really do appreciate it. We do put a lot of work into this, and we really hope to get to a lot more. Our goal is we want to get to 100 subscribers by September, and then by the end of the year, we want to have about 200. I'm sure it's going to explode once we do get that iTunes channel up, but I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get there. As far as the extra deck, I don't have the cards with me right now. You would be playing something similar to, say, 2 Chaos King Archfiends, 1 or 2 Black Rose Dragons, depending on the situation. I'd go with 1, honestly, and then maybe actually Ancient Fairy Dragon, in case you're playing against another field spell deck. It's another 7-star that you can get. You get life points back for destroying the field spell. You get Pandemonium and be able to keep your generals for your beatdown force. I'd like to see maybe 1 or 2 Thought Rulers, Bryanak, Iron Chain Dragons, if that's what you're into. Because this deck is going to get a lot of people that are going to come up on it. I could see teching in Pot of Avarice later on. And somebody like Lightning Warrior, or not Lightning Warrior, but the Gravity Warrior, because he's getting really good. If you guys have any suggestions for that extra deck, because I still don't have anything written up for it, go ahead and send me those. Give me comments, send me emails, whatever. And I'm looking forward to seeing if you guys can help me improve this. I haven't done this before, but for the best 3 ideas that I receive, I will I'll get your information for the best 3 that I receive. I'll give it 3 months after this video gets uploaded, and within 3 months I will give 3 packs to the top 3 ideas. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to buy 3 packs. I'm going to ask you at the time when I choose. I'm going to go, okay, this person, this person, this person. What pack did you want? What pack did you want? What pack did you want? Something in the current, like, top 2 or 3. And I'll get your email, or I'll get your actual address, and we'll mail you out some prizes. So go ahead, tell your friends. I want to see how many different comments we can get on this. So it's been fun. This has been Kurai no Shujin. Go ahead, keep having fun, and hope to see you next time.